Hi, my name is Stevie and I like to write songs. This is episode 4 of creating a power metal song. If you'd like to see the series from the start, the link will be in the description. What's my golden rule of songwriting? Always finish what you started, so let's do that. I try as much as possible in this series to keep it all about practical songwriting, but I think it's also very important when we're writing genre music that we understand the history and the aesthetic priorities of that genre. So let's talk about that a wee bit before we start. From its humble early beginnings with bands like Deep Purple, power metal and its associated classical influences got to a point in the late 80s, early 90s, where bands were no longer calling it power metal anymore. They were starting to use phrases like neoclassical. So we had guitar players like Yngwie J. Malmsteen, who was telling us that his influences were no longer the previous generation of power metal guitar players. In fact, his main influence was the 18th century classical violinist Niccolo Paganini. So a lot of people believe that the downfall of power metal was due to the rise in popularity of things like grunge in the 90s. But I think it was already sowing the seeds of its own destruction because of the ridiculous heights that it had reached in the early 90s. The genre was beginning to lose cultural relevance because the musicians were determined to prove how much more intelligent they were than their audience. And with the emphasis that the genre had on the virtuosity of the lead guitar players, the arms race of these lead guitar players had reached almost comical heights. It would be fair to say that by the mid-90s, power metal and neoclassical music had totally jumped the shark as a genre. But as more time started to pass, people started to rediscover this type of music and see it for the virtues that it had. The very, very fantastic virtuosic lead guitar playing, the very strict classical styles of performance and arrangement. And a lot of young bands are back to playing full speed, unapologetic power metal in its purest form. So with that in mind, let's get back and have a look at our song. So we finished at the end of a guitar solo. I really feel a strong attraction towards putting the intro back in at that point. Let's check that out. Can we go straight to the chorus at that point? It's a bit to the point. I wonder, would an acapella be good? What if we took all the instruments out? Lost inside our fantasy, feeding on the energy, a username in cyberspace. Right, I don't like the strings. Drums on their own, just. Let's see. The acapella doesn't sound exactly the way I hoped, but maybe if we find the right instrument to play along with it. No, it's silly. No, it's awful. The counter melody. Inside our fantasy, feeding on the energy, a username inside yes. Reactions guiding me. The drums and stuff should come back in there, but in half time. That was cool. Okay, so I'll record some guitar and bass now, coming in at half time, halfway through the chorus. Inside our fantasy, feeding on the energy, a username in cyberspace, chain reactions guiding me, avatar insanity, electrifying rhapsody, shoot 'em up and break away, live to fight another day. Acapellas can often sound very cheesy, but I think we're just about getting away with this one. Guiding me, avatar insanity, into the double lead part. Now, right, so I'm feeling that it kind of makes sense to take the lead guitar from the very beginning, because we're coming back round full circle. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's not let the drums go full speed. What if the drums just carry on with this pattern here? Nice. Yes. They could go. Right, they could go fast there. Let's hear it now. Yeah, of course, the other double lead bit from the start as well. This bit here. Okay, we're nearly there. It kind of felt like for the last wee section, maybe the lead guitars could stop and we could wind down a wee bit. So I made a simplified version where just everything sounds like rhythm guitar, but there's a nice wee bit of contrary motion going on between the four guitars. Let's hear it. And then a very typical power metal ending at the end. Well, I think the song's finished, so we could have a wee listen from the very beginning now and hear the whole thing. Let's sit back and relax, feel the energy of the power metal. Let's hear the song from the beginning. Kinda looking forward to hearing the acapella bit in context. That bit really reminds me of something. If you can think what it is, let me know in the comments, because it's frying my skull.
Guiding me, avatar insanity, electrifying rhapsody. Shoot 'em up and break away, live to fight another day.
Oh yeah! We did it. We wrote a power metal song. Simple as that. That was good old crack, as we say in Ireland. I even wore my Iron Maiden t-shirt as a tribute to it. As I told you before, power metal is one of the genres of music that I grew up with. Very special place in my heart. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you found it interesting, informative. I hope you learned something from it and maybe even got a bit inspired to do a bit of music yourself. That would be really cool. Let me know in the comments what you think of the song. If you've got any ideas of things you'd like to see me try, please let me know. I love interacting with you guys on YouTube. It's cool. I'm starting to feel the stress of this YouTube thing now, you know. I don't know if I can keep going, putting out stuff every Monday. It's going to be hard, but let's keep trying it until there's nothing left of me, just a shell of a old rocker. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, do all the likes, subscribe, all that carry on. Help me to grow the channel. You guys rock!